So what is dual storage mode? Can someone tell me what is dual storage mode? We discussed about this. What is your understanding about this? What is dual storage mode? Anybody has any idea? We know, you know everything, right? Everything else. Okay, I just tried it here. So this feature, right, it allows us to store the data set in both import and direct query mode simultaneously, right? 1 second, it is signing. Okay, because of this. So this feature allows us to store a data set, store a specific data set itself, right? Store a data set in both import and direct query mode simultaneously. Okay, fine. This is what is dual storage mode is all about. So we know import mode, and we have direct query mode, and live connection mode. We have seen it with the Power BI data sets. Okay, and the dual storage mode, you can use a single table to play both import as well as direct query mode simultaneously. Okay. So now the question is, what are the scenarios that we can use dual storage mode? The interview, they will ask you this, and what scenarios you can use, or what scenarios did you use this one? Okay, in scenario 1, for example, you want to combine multiple data sources, combining multiple data sources. But remember one thing, in the real time scenario, you're not going to work with a single file. Most of the time you'll be working with multiple tables, multiple files. Okay. So there are a few students, they joined with Adidas and other companies, right? So they were initially working with one file only. Okay. But most of the cases we'll be working with more than one files or more than one source systems or sources. Okay. So we can store data from one source in import mode and combine it with data from another source using direct query mode. So why do we need to combine one source data with another source data? For example, you have the customer dimension table, and then you have the sales fact table. Okay, the customer dimension table. Okay, you can, let's say you have used it in the import mode. And the sales fact table, you have used the direct query mode. To create a specific report, just give me a second, a student is calling, 1 second. So these are the scenarios, right? For example, to start with, let us understand the first scenario. Obviously, we'll have to work with multiple data sources. There are some reports you may need to get the data from more than one table. Okay, in a report file, you need to bring the data from more than one table or so. Okay, so in that case, you need to, for example, you wanted to read the customer name and then their corresponding amount spent from the sales. The amount spent is available here. The customer name is available here. In that case, to display these two columns from these two tables, you need to combine these two tables. That is what you need to understand very clearly. Okay, this is, for example, since our customer volume is less, we are using import mode, and the sales fact, we know it is a daily transaction table, and it involves it is a direct storage mode. This is one scenario where we can use the dual storage mode. So in that case, you need to combine these two tables. This is an import mode. You have imported the data in your local Power BI desktop, whereas the other table data is available in SQL Server. So this is your SQL Server. Okay, this is your SQL Server. And then this is your Power BI. This is your Power BI. And here what you do is you have the customer dimension table is available. And here you have the sales fact table is available. Since sales fact table volume of records are too high, it is not practical to import the data here. Okay. But in this case, what will happen is you have some data is available here and you have some data is available here. Instead, in this case, if the customer dimension table, obviously, let's this is available in SQL Server. Both the tables are available, sales fact and dim customer table. These two tables are available in your SQL Server, but you have imported the dim customer table in your Power BI desktop because the volume of the data is less here. Okay, and whereas this is a very huge one, and you are using direct query mode. Okay, but still for this, the origin is this table that is available in SQL Server. In case of any new customer comes, obviously you need to refresh this local dim customer table. Okay, dim customer table data here. Okay, because for example, you have imported the data as of April 10th from here to here. But after 10th, if any new customers, purchased in your shop, that data is available in your SQL Server dim customer table. So anything after 10th April, any customers join, they purchased, any new customers, they purchased products after 10th April, that needs to be synced up here. Okay. So one problem is with the import is you need to sync up this one. Okay. You need to refresh the data frequently. Otherwise, it will not have the up-to-date information. Okay. And in this, so right, this is one of the limitations with import mode. You need to keep refresh the imported data from your SQL system. If the data is available in RDBMS system also. Okay. See, if the data is available in Excel file, you don't have to do data refresh. The data refresh concept will not come into picture at all. In case of the tables that are available in your SQL server, if you have specific table as list number of or moderate number of records, then you can import it here. But the other challenge is you need to combine this table with this table because this table only you have the customer name is there, whereas here you have the customer key is there. So here you need to join these two tables to get the customer name from this table, and then you need to get the amount spent or the amount spent by the customer. So since this table is available remotely, better you can convert this table as a direct query mode so that Power BI desktop will go and execute the query in, execute the query for both the tables in your SQL server itself. Okay, I just write it neatly. See, this is your customer dimension. Okay, dim customer. Dim customer. This is your sales factor. Both of them are available in SQL Server only. Since the table volume is moderate, you have imported it locally here. Okay, you have used the import mode. But the challenge here is you need to frequently or periodically, you need to refresh this data set from your source system dim customer table. Otherwise, it will not be up to date. And the other challenge is the sales fact table is huge. It has huge number of records, since you will have to use direct query mode only. Direct query mode. So this is available locally here. But if you try to join this one with this imported data with um, the direct storage mode of your sales fact table, what will happen? There will be some records will get excluded, because whatever the customers are there here, for that specific customers related transaction only will be sent here. Okay, for example, as of 10th April, you have 1, 2, 3 customers are there. But here, every day, all the customers are getting added. New customers, right? All the new customers or existing customers will be available here. Okay, as of April 10th, 1, 2, 3. But after 10th April, apart from 1, 2, 3 customers, this is customer ID, okay? And 4, 8, 7, these are the customer ID. 3 more customers got added. If you join this table, these two tables, right? And this table is in import mode, this is in direct query mode. What will happen? April 10th, after April 10th, whatever the new customers got included, that will not be available here. Obviously, it will go and check. Those customers are 1, 2, 3, right? Those customers with the customer ID 1, 2, 3, related transaction only will be selected, joined here. Okay, if you are using inner join, okay. So that is one challenge. And what will happen is, it will not have the end of the day, your Power BI visuals, the charts, it will not get the up-to-date information. Hence, you need to do the data refresh here. Okay, and let's say you have scheduled the data refresh, right? Okay, so after every once in 3 days or every once in a day, if you refresh the data, still it will not be up to date, at any given point in time, right? So in that case, better you can go for direct query mode. Instead of importing this table data here, you can use direct query mode. Okay, direct query mode. So that when you join the two tables when you join the tables that are already in direct query mode, the performance will be faster. Otherwise, what will off information, off information for a specific customer, it has to go and take. For each customer, it has to go and take the first record, second record, third record, and it has to join with this sales fact table in the it has to come to your Power BI desktop. Again, it has to go back to SQL Server, join this data, and then bring it back. If both of them are available in the source system itself, the joining will be faster, pretty faster. And also, it will have up-to-date information. It will have the up-to-date information. It will have the up-to-date information. I'll just... So, scenario 1, combining multiple sources. Okay, you have the sales fact table, and then you have the dim customer table. Here, every day the data will get loaded. Okay, so any new customer comes, any item which order it, everything will be stored here. Up to the minute, everything will be there here. But in your Power BI, let's say you have imported this table on 10th April. Okay, for the customer dimension table, it will not have the up-to-date information. As of today, whatever the new customers they ordered, right? That customer's name or details will not be available here up to 10th April. So it is outdated one. You might be debating with me, okay, anyhow, we are doing the data scheduling. Every once in a day itself, we are doing it. But still, at any given point, for example, every day data refresh, you are doing it. Okay. But what will the end of the day, every day you are doing the data refresh. For supposing your management wants to see up to 12 p.m. today, starting from the 1st of January to up to 12 p.m. of today, it has to display the amount spent by each customer. But what will happen is, up to yesterday data it is available. Today's data will be loaded only in today's evening, right? There will be some kind of sync up issues. Still, you can do intraday data scheduling, everything. Okay. So better you can keep these two tables. These tables already there here. So what you do is you can better, you can import this table or load this table as in the direct query mode itself, because SalesFact has huge volume of data, direct query mode only possible. And better you can use this table also as a, the direct query mode. Okay. But we have another report wherein we wanted to sales aggregated fact table. Okay. So this is your sales fact table. This is a sales aggregated fact table. Okay. This one will have the summary information of this table. Hence, this one will not have the huge volume of data like your sales fact table. Hence, you need to use import. So less frequently stored or accessed data. Less frequently stored or accessed data that will be available here. For this kind of scenario, you can use import mode. Not only the volume of the data is moderate or less, you can use it even in the case of aggregated fact table. Since this fact table, for example, they want to see every week, weekly sales performance. They want to see the total sales by week. Okay, how many units we sold, how many total units we sold, how many, how much sales we made. We want to take an aggregation of that one, and we wanted to, share this report on a weekly basis. In this case, this table data will not be accessed on a daily basis. And also, when you do the aggregation, the number of records will get reduced here. Okay. So it is a less frequently stored and summarized data. Okay. Hence, you can use import mode in this case also. So why don't you guess in what other scenarios we can go for import mode or the dual mode? So like I said, I have a reporting report. I want two reports to be created. One report is I want to join these two tables together, customer dimension with sales factor. Other report is I want to join these two tables, customer dimension with sales aggregation fact. Yeah, so, Raji, you asked this question, right? Okay, so in this case, the challenge is, when you combine this table with the direct query mode, if you change it to direct query mode, it will be faster. But when you combine the same table, the direct query mode, direct query story, which you stored it as a dim customer, when you join it with the imported table, it will be slow because some data are available here locally, but other data is available remotely. You need to go for each and every customer to your source system SQL Server and bring it back here, do the aggregation. It's a painful thing. So what we do is in this kind of scenario, we can use dual storage mode. Okay. So for this kind of situation, we can use dual storage. What are the other scenarios that we can use dual storage mode? So other scenarios, scenario two. So in this case, you are frequency, let's say frequently access data combined with less frequently access the data. Okay. So in that case, you can store frequently access data in import mode for optimal performance. For example, the location dimension. Okay. Or let's say price dimension. Okay. We have price dimension table, which will be used more frequently. What you are doing is you are storing it in import mode. Okay, the price is not correct. Okay, what I will do is I will use location. Okay, import mode. The frequently accessed data. This is the one. Okay, but with less frequently accessed data. Okay, in that kind of situation also, you can use dual storage mode. So the frequently accessed data, you can store it in. See, the classic example is date dimension here. Sorry, dim date. Okay, date dimension. The frequently accessed data. They wanted to do time intelligence analysis. So in that case, what will I want to compare today's sales with yesterday's sales, this week's sales with the last week's sales. So in this case, this date dimension, see, in the case of analytics, we store the date in a separate table. Okay, they call it as a date dimension table. So this table is more frequently used, hence you are going to use the import mode. Okay, and then you want to combine this table with the more frequently accessed table, and then less frequently accessed table. Okay, so less frequently accessed this one. Okay, this is the more frequently accessed. Also, we keep it in import mode, and less frequently stored or accessed data also we will use it in import mode. Both of them use in import mode, whereas you need to join this table with sales fact table also. For example, they wanted to see daily last 5 days sales, they want to see it the transaction level. So in that kind of situations, to create that report, you need to join these two tables. But whereas you have determined that since this table data is more frequently accessed by the reporting users, okay, you want to use it in import mode so that the performance will be faster, and also the date dimension in general, it will not consist of too much of data in it. Okay, and you want to combine this data with this one, the aggregated fact table. Then this is also an import mode, this is also an import mode, good. And when you join this table with sales fact table, this is also most frequently accessed, right? Most frequently accessed, but the volume of the data is very high and it is in direct query mode. So in that kind of situation, for these kind of tables, you can go for the dual storage mode. Okay, so these are the scenarios where you can use dual storage mode. Okay, so to summarize, what is dual storage mode? Dual storage mode is nothing but storing data in both import as well as direct query mode simultaneously, like date dimension and customer dimension tables. Okay, and fine. Okay, and what scenarios we can use the dual storage mode? Like I said, if you have a table, which needs to be joined with another table which is in direct query mode and another table which is in import mode, then you need to keep that in dual storage mode. Okay. But in this case, as I explained to, aggregated fact table, a summary information only will be there. This table will have detailed information. Since it has a summary information, it has a list number of records, and also the management wants to view the aggregated sales performance every week only or every month only. They want to see that. Hence, this data is less frequently accessed. Okay, less frequently accessed, and that is the kind of table. So in that case, you can go for import, and this is the one is dual storage. Scenario 2 is, so frequently accessed tables like date dimension table. If you store it in import mode, it will be pretty faster. But the challenge here is for you want to create two different reports. In one report, you want to join the date dimension table with the sales fact table. So in that case, both the table dim date as well as the sales fact table or in direct query mode will be faster. Whereas on the right side, the most frequently accessed table dim date dimension table, you want to combine it with the imported table, the aggregated fact table. So in that case, you can use dual storage mode. So in right here also, it is a less frequently accessed data. It's not on a daily basis you are accessing this table, but here you are accessing it on a daily basis. And at the same time, you are joining this table with this table. Okay, since this table is not going to, there are some scenarios. Okay, this table you want to join with this one. Let's say, it has a weekly, on a daily summarized data, it will be there. Week one, some Monday, what is the total sales we made and total units we sold. And Tuesday, what is the total sales and total units we made. Okay, so in that case also you are going to join this table to get the aggregated information. Whereas here you want to get the transactional information, you are joining these two tables. Since this table has to join with the tables that are in direct as well as the import mode, you keep this table in dual storage mode. So combining data in general, combining multiple data sources. So, you can see it in most of the real world scenarios. In that kind of scenarios, there are some tables you will be importing it. Like I said, if the volume of the data is moderate, you are going to import it. And if the table is less frequently accessed, like sales secret fact table, not on a daily basis, right? Or right, at least every once in 2 days only this table will get, or if every once in a week only it will get access, or every once in a month only. So less frequently accessed table, right? So in that kind of, so this thing, you can go for import mode. Okay, less frequently accessed table, import mode, and frequently accessed table also you're going to use it in import mode, because if you store it in locally, right, the performance will be faster. But make sure that though this table is frequently accessed, if the volume of the data is very huge, then you'll have to go for direct query mode. But fortunately, date dimension will not have huge volume of data, right? Hope you understood these two scenarios. So for this kind of scenario, right? To summarize, all tables connect to both import table and direct query table should be set as dual storage mode. So in this case, I give you the example for the dual storage mode table as date dimension table. And I have given another example as customer dimension table. They will ask you the table name also. Can you tell me the table name? And also they will ask you, okay, customer dimension table, why did you use it as an import mode? So how many number of customers were there? Could tell them as far as this specific project is concerned, the number of customers are just 10,000 only. But if you have a banking scenario, you cannot go for the import mode for the customers, because you have 25 millions or 25 billion records will be there. Or for example, in the case of a Walmart, right, number of customers are very, very high. So in that case, you cannot use an import mode. Okay. So hence they wanted to understand whether you really worked on a real-time scenario or not. They will ask you this kind of question: how many number of customers there is? So you need to sense quickly, hey, this guy wants to check whether it is worthwhile keeping the customer dimension table storage as import or not. That is what he is trying to find out from me. We can tell them, sir, it has just 10,000 records only. Number of customers are just 10,000. Number of transactions were more. Hence, we have sales. That one we use the direct query mode, whereas the sales aggregate fact table that has less number of records compared to sales fact table. Hence, that table we have used it as a import storage mode. Raji, hope you understood.